Hello, Ashley, and hello in cyberspace. This will be some video feedback for week 3, but I'll also discuss the wireframes of week 4 peer review. And I follow the rubric. You know, the rubrics for 3.2 and 3.3 are just have 2 rubric topics. You either were able to upload or not, that kind of thing. What else? So you can open up the rubric if you'd like and just follow along with the categories. I take them in that order. Good job. Actually, you know, I had said that paper and pencil was just fine, especially if it allows you to generate a number of images quickly and efficiently. I see that you're anticipating a footer. That's great. That's something that, you know, is not required, but it is a part of every web page. And so I see that, you know, and that's a logical place to put social media contacts, revision dating, and also contact information as you have it here. Now, I tend to prefer, you know, layouts that have fewer images, fewer larger images, and consider, wherever possible, bleeding the image off the edges of the field. As you progress in the semester, take a look at your website, or towards the end of the term, take a look at your website on your portable devices, your phone, if you have a tablet or an iPad or something. See what it looks like there too, and just become aware of, you know, designing for small fields and adaptability. I like where the navigation falls towards the top. I wouldn't push the navigation too far down on the page vertically. Just in case, you know, you want that to be seen pretty much ever present on every page. The navigation should be visible and not drop down into the body of the page. This, you know, whether you use a lot of images sort of will depend on what your journal defined your business as being. If it's, you know, an elegant place, maybe better to have fewer photographs, interior shots. If it's a family place, you know, where the menu is of primary interest, you know, then maybe that's the occasion to have a very busy site with lots of visual activity. Anyway, good job on the wireframes. I'll proceed to the inline styling, which also will show if you've been able to update or upload. Okay, so Ashley, here's what I get when I go to 3.3, which is the inline styling. This is great. It's just exactly what the rubric asks. Have you been able to apply the corporate color to a head? And yes, you have. You've got the corporate green and the red of Pasta Amore. So proficient on that. Have you been able to upload? Yes, it's great. I can see it here. You use 000 web host, that's fine. As long as you're able to get your files on and off, that's what really matters. And a lot of people have had difficulties with not only GeoCities, but also CyberDuck and GeoCities, so that's good. That's fine. I've opened it up in Safari for the Mac, and there is Developer View, which I can show or see the source code while I look at or preview your web page. And I see that you've got ample noting. This is great meta comments, ample commenting. Here is where you've applied the H1 style and the bind hex number for that. Good going. And it looks like you are beginning to position things using the div tag. We'll get to that, I think, next week, or this week, week 5. Using those tags that allow you to position ingredients, photographs, text, what have you, more precisely. Actually, this is the big milestone. There's only 2 really requirements to meet. Have you included a sitemap? And you have. That's exactly what this is. It reflects the one that I think I had posted a while ago. There are some changes I would make. You know, also be aware that you've got, about 3 weeks left, or 3 or 4 weeks left. We're about midpoint. This is a kind of a layered site. You may just want to pare it back and say have just a single menu here rather than having two options. I mean, this is, best case scenario. And also, reconsider online ordering. Maybe you can have like a dummy page that goes to it. I certainly don't expect any of these features to work. And then you give me an indication of how you're going to place your files on the server. Were you successful? In other words, if I go up here, I see that you've got. How are you going to keep from overwriting index.html? Have you considered putting things in directories, by module, perhaps? Anyway, I don't want to diminish your success. Just these are things to think about. And although I see file management, it could use improvement, but I want you to get through this, and I don't want to discourage you. Reach out if you need any help. I guess the thing that I'm concerned about is a coded sitemap. It's a simple list of your links. It would be these links up here, with even if it's just dummy URLs with web addresses for each one. That list of links will become your navigation scheme next week. Ashley, I really enjoy the way that you've methodically taken each of the discussion prompts and addressed them. And to some extensive detail too. This is a journal entry, so this kind of level of detail is great. You've identified questions to ask of not only the focus group but also the client. You've considered other types of market research, including U.S. Census Bureau and Google Survey. Google Analytics has quite a few tools. I guess you've discovered that. So you've done some research on technological tools that you could do market research on. And, the articulation of response is great. You use the rubric prompts as the outline, I guess, for your journal entry. Great job. I look forward to seeing how your website shapes up, Ashley.